The ground was frozen. Dewy, damp, frozen all at the same time. I remember that there was snow, little patches of snow. I don't remember what else happened for a couple hours. It was probably close to midnight, January 1993, Boulder, Colorado. It's cold in Boulder at midnight in January. What I do know is I was emotionally void, physically exhausted, mentally. A few hours earlier, I had been summoned to the fraternity, Zeta Beta Tau, at which I was a pledge. I think I'd been a pledge for a few weeks, and when you're summoned to the fraternity by the president, you show up. You don't know what's going to happen. There could be a party that night. You could be playing pool with the fellas, or you could be having a political conversation. Probably not the latter. So I went. And 15 minutes later, I was summarily dismissed. I was no longer a member of ZBT. My entire life structure at that point in time, 4 months into college, 1,600 miles from home, was built around a brotherhood. I was not aware, having had a brother my entire life, that you could vote your brother off the island. But that appears to be what happened to me. The person that took this action seemed like a mentor figure at the time. He was the president of the fraternity. But in retrospect, he was 21 years old and probably following a guidebook. And somewhere along the line, there was a vote, and I was out. So I was crying on a lawn somewhere in the middle of the night because I literally had no life left in my estimation. I had to go through some type of self-awareness, self-analysis to understand that maybe I did. Maybe fate, 4 months earlier, had knocked on my door. No, literally knocked on my door. Because in January, when I got to Boulder, and I was sitting in my dorm room, somebody knocked on my door. And I turned around, and there a gentleman introduced himself as Jeff. Jeff from down the hall. What was my reaction to Jeff? I dismissed him. Sure, I was friendly. I didn't need friends. I was going to join a fraternity. Turns out that Jeff, later down the road, was truly fate. Jeff became my best friend, my college roommate in my junior and senior year, and 30 years later, still my concert-going buddy up in LA. But I dismissed him. Why did I dismiss him? Perhaps I needed to go through some of life's more difficult transactions to learn, to get to the other side. And none of us want to have difficult transactions, so we filter them out. I'll just not include that part of my life. Those are the difficult ones. But you can't filter out the difficult ones. You have to embrace all of them. Because all of it combined is what makes us. It's what is collective experience. And experience is made up of everything, and everything is life. Life is the food you taste, it's the mountains you climb, it's the friends you make, it's the places you live, it's the family you choose to have and don't choose to have, the people you talk to, the friends you make, the folks you dismiss, the relatives that die, the job you didn't get. the speech you flubbed, the meeting you didn't go to, the fear you have. All of those transactions make you, you. There isn't a bad one or a good one. They just are. It is just life. You are powerful individuals because you are a collective conglomeration of all of those experiences, all those transactions. That is wisdom. That is awesome. There are 0